Mr. Speaker, 31 members are present.
Pursuant to Article 2, Section 11 of the Constitution of the State of Tennessee, the Senate has a quorum and is in session. Senator Beavers, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Permission for Senator Jackson, myself, and Representative Harwell and Nicely to approach the well.
Approach the well. Senator Beavers. Senator Beavers, you're recognized in the well.
We could have our Sergeant at Arms escort our guests to the well, please.
The Sergeant at Arms, please escort our guests to the well.
Mr. John J. Hooker, Governor Winfield Dunn, and family members.
Senator Beavers, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker and members of the Senate, I wanted to honor a man today that has grown very close to me and my staff over the last few years. We've become great friends. He drops in quite often. We passed a resolution last week that honors Mr. John J. Hooker for what will mark in just a couple of months 8 decades of his quite fascinating life. Many of you know Mr. Hooker and many of his life's accomplishments, and in the interest of time, we'll not have the clerk read the resolution, but I would urge any of you to go and read it. He has quite a life. But I wanted to allow us to show our respect to a great Tennessean and a great American, Mr. John J. Hooker. Mr. Hooker turns 80 in a couple of months, and I know you do not always get the best press, Mr. Hooker, even by the media outlets that you once owned and operated, I might add. But I just wanted to bring many of your family and friends up here today to honor you on a lifetime service to this great state. And as you can see from the people up here, you're able to inspire the most conservative of Republicans and the most liberal of Democrats and everyone in between. Even the man who beat you for the governorship, Governor Winfield Dunn, is here today to help honor you. And I think that says a lot for you. You can be sure that we'll continue to see a lot out of Mr. Hooker because his life is not over. Just because he's turning 80, I'm sure he's going to be just as involved as he ever was. And he is truly a statesman, and a statesman who believes in the Constitution, and I appreciate that. Senator Jackson, do you have any words for us?
Senator Jackson.
Thank you, Senator Beavers, and it is an honor and a privilege to be here. You know, for those that haven't actually sat down and studied the life of this individual, it is quite remarkable what he has done. And I couldn't begin to recap it all in just a few moments. But for those lawyers that are here on the floor, one of the very first legal cases that we studied in law school was Baker versus Carr. And but for John J. Hooker, Baker versus Carr would never have seen the Supreme Court chambers of the United States. Literally, that's a true statement. This is a man who headed up the Hoffa investigation for the Justice Department in Washington, lived with the Kennedys, knew all the Kennedys, made so many contributions in so many different ways. But I've always enjoyed in my tenure here in the legislature the times that John J. Hooker would come and speak to our Judiciary Committee on topics, and invariably it would be about constitutional law. It would be about individual freedoms and civil liberties. And he's a great orator and a great defender of all of that. And so it's appropriate that we recognize John J. Hooker. He's a very accomplished citizen of our state, and it's a pleasure to know you and be your friend, John J. Hooker. Yes, sir.
Representative Harwell.
Well, John Jay, you are dearly loved and admired, and I don't know anyone who has inspired as many Tennesseans as you to carry a Tennessee and U.S. Constitution in their pocketbook. So thank you, John Jay.
Thank you. Senator Beavers.
Governor Dunn.
Governor Dunn. Governor Dunn, you're recognized in the well.
Mr. Speaker, Senator, what a privilege and an honor for me to be here today. In a sense, I came to defend myself just in case it was necessary, although I doubt seriously. But I admire my friend John Hooker so very much. I hope when I reach his advanced stage in life, I'll have not only the physical presence that he has, but the wonderful outlook and interest. Let me say seriously and just very quickly, in my opinion, there is not one living human being in the state of Tennessee who is more enlightened, more beautifully outspoken regarding our state constitution than this gentleman. And I'm so very privileged to be his friend.
Thank you. Thank you.